Welcome everyone to this exciting and intriguing journey into the world of rare and valuable coins, where today we will be diving deep into the incredible story of the 1967 one-penny USA coin that has been valued at an astonishing $0.40 million despite its humble face value of just 1 cent, a true numismatic marvel that has captured the attention of collectors, historians, and treasure hunters alike. And in this discussion we will explore not only the historical context of this coin but also the unique set of circumstances, minting errors, and possibilities that have elevated it from a common piece of pocket change to a legendary artifact in the realm of coin collecting. And to fully appreciate this fascinating story, we must first understand the year 1967 and what it represented for the United States Mint, because during that time the nation was experiencing significant changes both economically and culturally, and the coinage system was also in a period of transition, with the Mint making adjustments to designs, materials, and production processes. And although the 1 cent coin was generally mass-produced in huge quantities using copper alloys, some extremely rare specimens like this particular 1967 penny somehow emerged with distinctive characteristics that defy standard production norms, beginning with the striking anomalies in its composition and minting which suggest errors that can occur only under rare and extraordinary circumstances. And one of the primary reasons behind its astronomical value is the combination of multiple errors on a single coin, something collectors dream about but rarely witness in reality, as this penny reportedly exhibits a dramatic misalignment in the die strike, resulting in an off-center image that immediately catches the eye while still retaining full readability of the key features such as the date and the iconic Lincoln portrait, a factor that enhances both its rarity and its appeal. And alongside this, there are rumors and expert confirmations of a missing or misplaced mint mark, an unusual occurrence given the strict quality control measures of the US Mint, as missing mint marks in certain years can drastically increase the desirability and market price of a coin, especially when the year in question is not known for such variations. And in the case of this 1967 penny, the mint mark anomaly combined with the off-center strike creates a perfect storm of collectible attributes. But the intrigue does not stop there, because metallurgical analysis has suggested that this coin may have been struck on a planchet intended for a different denomination, possibly a foreign coin or an obsolete series, meaning its weight and metallic composition slightly deviate from the norm, adding yet another layer of fascination for experts who analyze every detail from the luster to the micro scratches under high magnification. And these subtle yet significant differences set this penny apart from the billions of ordinary cents that circulated that year. And in the broader context of coin collecting, such anomalies do not merely represent production mishaps but rather rare events that bridge the gap between historical artifact and collectible art, leading to intense bidding wars among top collectors and auction houses, with stories of secretive private sales where such coins change hands for staggering sums. And the $0.40 million valuation of this piece reflects not just its scarcity but also the narratives and emotional connections that passionate collectors attach to it, imagining the coin's journey from the mint floor to perhaps decades of unnoticed circulation before finally being recognized for its true worth. And as we trace this journey, we consider the possibilities of how such a coin could have escaped quality control, whether through oversight, human error, or perhaps a deliberate act by a mint worker aware of its potential uniqueness, theories that add mystery and fuel the lore surrounding this penny, making it more than just metal and design but a story frozen in copper that speaks of a specific moment in minting history. And collectors often discuss the role of market trends, noting that while rare coins can fluctuate in value depending on economic conditions, those with such extreme rarity and condition tend to not only hold their value but appreciate significantly over time, especially when supported by documented provenance and authentication from respected grading services. And this is exactly the case here, as professional grading has confirmed the authenticity of its errors and preserved its condition at a near-mint state despite its age, a remarkable feat considering that most 1967 pennies show heavy wear from decades of circulation. And in addition to its minting anomalies, the historical context adds yet another layer of value, as 1967 marked a time when the United States was shifting its coinage strategies, experimenting with new compositions in other denominations such as the removal of silver from quarters and dimes, leading to occasional mix-ups and planchet misfeeds across different coin types, meaning the possibility that this penny's composition or planchet origin deviates from the standard copper alloy of the era is quite plausible, further cementing its place as a one-of-a-kind specimen. And when considering the auction scene, coins like this have been known to draw attention from international collectors as well as museums and private investors who see rare currency not only as a passion but as a tangible asset class. and the buzz around this penny has reportedly driven its value beyond initial estimates as competitive bidding often pushes prices to unexpected heights, with stories of collectors who are willing to pay any price just to own a piece of numismatic history. And this is where the romance of coin collecting truly comes alive, because while most people see a penny as something almost worthless, the trained eye sees in this 1967 example a convergence of rarity, condition, and mystery that makes it priceless in a cultural sense. And the more we examine its unique features, from the off-center strike and mint mark anomaly to the possible foreign planchette composition, the more we realize that such a coin is less an accident and more a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence, a true treasure hidden in plain sight for decades until its discovery. And stories like these inspire countless enthusiasts to search through jars of old change, attend coin shows, and study minting processes in hopes of uncovering the next great find. Because as this 1967 penny proves, even the smallest coin can carry a fortune in history, craftsmanship, and rarity, and it is this very unpredictability that fuels the enduring fascination with numismatics, reminding us that every coin tells a story, and in rare cases like this one, that story is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, a testament to the enduring human passion for collecting, preserving, and cherishing the artifacts of our monetary past. And so as we conclude this deep dive into the extraordinary tale of the 1967 one-penny USA coin valued at $0.40 million, we are left with a sense of wonder at the sheer improbability of its existence and the journey it has taken from a humble minting press to the vaults of elite collectors. A journey marked by mystery, error, survival, and ultimately recognition as one of the most remarkable pennies ever struck in the United States. Where small, everyday objects can hold staggering values far beyond their face amount, and today we will explore the remarkable story of the 1983 D1 penny USA coin that has astonished collectors, historians, and numismatists around the globe with its jaw-dropping worth of $0.89 million. A figure that seems almost unbelievable when you think about the humble nature of a penny that most people might overlook, toss in a jar, or even drop without caring to pick it up, yet the 1983 D penny in question has a story woven with mystery, rarity, minting mistakes, and historical context that transforms it from common change into a priceless treasure. And to truly understand why this small copper-plated zinc coin could command such a high value, we need to dive into the events surrounding its production, the unique characteristics that make it stand out from the millions of other pennies produced in the same year, and the very specific mint errors that drive collectors into fierce bidding wars, because the world of coin collecting, also known as numismatics, values rarity and condition above all else, and when an error coin combines these traits with a compelling backstory, the results can be extraordinary. So let's begin with the background of the 1983 penny and why this year was a pivotal time in US coinage history, as 1982 marked the transition from mostly copper pennies weighing 3.11 grams to copper-plated zinc pennies weighing 2.5 grams, a change driven by rising copper prices and cost-cutting measures at the US Mint, and this transition led to a mix of compositions during 1982 and to the possibility of certain 1983 pennies being struck on leftover copper planchets intended for earlier issues, an event that should not have happened under normal minting procedures but which did occur in rare cases, resulting in extremely scarce off-metal strikes. And when we talk specifically about the 1983 D penny, we are referring to coins minted at the Denver Mint, identifiable by the D mint mark located just below the date. And here is where things get fascinating, because the Denver Mint in 1983 was fully switched to zinc planchets, yet a small handful of coins were mistakenly struck on copper planchets, a mint error known as a transitional planchette error, and these transitional errors are some of the most sought after in modern US coinage, with values skyrocketing due to their combination of rarity and historical significance. But the intrigue does not end there, because certain examples of the 1983 D penny also exhibit additional striking errors such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, die cracks, and even repunched mint marks, each of which can further enhance the coin's desirability and market value. And when you combine a transitional planchette error with another error type, the rarity and potential price can rise exponentially, especially when the coin is in pristine condition graded MS65 or higher by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC, as high-grade specimens of rare error coins are exponentially more valuable than circulated examples, and this is where the coin in question becomes the stuff of numismatic legend, as it not only features the transitional copper planchette but also shows a significant die doubling on certain lettering, creating a unique combination of errors in a coin that was already vanishingly rare. And the fact that it has survived in exceptional condition only fuels the frenzy. Among collectors who are willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars, even approaching the $0.89 million mark in certain auction scenarios, and for those new to coin collecting it might seem baffling that a 1-cent coin could fetch such sums, but in the world of high-end numismatics, the price of a coin is determined by a trifecta of rarity, demand, and condition, with historical significance acting as a powerful multiplier, and in this case, the 1983 D penny checks all of those boxes in spectacular fashion, as it is a coin born of an era of change, created in error, preserved by chance, and pursued with passion, and the very existence of such coins challenges our everyday assumptions about value and worth, reminding us that sometimes the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight in our pockets, purses, and coin jars. So the next time you come across an old penny, especially from the early 1980s, it is worth taking a closer look at the date, the mint mark, the weight, and any unusual features under magnification, because you never know when you might be holding a fortune in your hand, and collectors often use precise scales to detect planchette composition differences, with a copper 1983 penny weighing about 3.11 grams compared to the standard 2.5 grams for the zinc version, and if such a coin also bears the D mint mark and matches known error characteristics, it could be worth submitting to a grading service for authentication, as authenticated error coins carry far greater trust and marketability, and the marketplace for such coins is global, with auctions hosted by major houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers attracting bidders from around the world, and online platforms like eBay sometimes seeing surprise listings where sharp-eyed collectors can snag treasures from unknowing sellers, though in the case of a coin this rare, most known examples are tightly held by advanced collectors or sold through prestigious venues, and the price trajectory of the 1983 D copper penny with errors has been nothing short of dramatic, with earlier sales in the tens of thousands escalating to hundreds of thousands and now to the staggering high hundreds of thousands nearing $0.89 million, a testament to the enduring appeal and competitive spirit of the numismatic community. And beyond the monetary value, there is a cultural fascination with such coins, as they embody the unpredictable and human side of minting, where machinery, materials, and meticulous processes sometimes align in unplanned ways to create something truly exceptional, and these moments of imperfection in an otherwise industrially precise world resonate with collectors because they are tangible evidence of history, craftsmanship, and chance, and in the case of the 1983 D penny, the minting error represents not just a slip in procedure but a relic of a transitional moment in American coinage, preserved against all odds and elevated by the passions of those who seek out and celebrate such anomalies. So in closing, the story of this extraordinary coin is a reminder that value is often a matter of perspective and that the things we overlook can sometimes carry the greatest worth. A penny may be small and easily forgotten, but in the right circumstances, it can tell a story worth nearly $1 million and ignite the imaginations of collectors and dreamers alike, making the 1983 D1 penny USA coin not just a piece of currency, but a symbol of how history, rarity, and human curiosity can transform the ordinary into the extraordinary, where small pieces of metal that most people overlook in their daily lives can turn out to be worth fortunes. And today we are diving deep into the incredible story of the 1998 D1 penny USA coin that has an astonishing value of approximately $0.67 million, making it a true treasure for collectors and enthusiasts. And the reason it is worth so much more than its face value lies in its unique errors, minting mistakes, and mysterious mint mark anomalies that set it apart from ordinary pennies you might have in your pocket change right now, because while most 1998 D pennies are made in massive quantities at the Denver Mint and circulate freely with no special worth beyond 1 cent, a small number have emerged over the years that display highly unusual characteristics, and these are the coins that turn the heads of professional numismatists, spark bidding wars at auctions, and inspire countless treasure hunts among everyday people hoping to strike it rich by discovering one in their loose change. And to truly appreciate why this coin can fetch such a staggering price, we must first understand how the US Mint operates and how errors can occur despite its strict quality control systems, since in normal production conditions a blank copper-plated zinc planchette is fed into a coining press where it is struck between two dies, one for the obverse with the portrait of Abraham Lincoln and one for the reverse with the Lincoln Memorial design in this era, and the D mint mark is added to indicate production at the Denver facility. But errors can happen at multiple stages. The dies can be misaligned, cracked, or doubled, planchets can be off metal, clipped, or improperly prepared, and even something as small as a misplaced or altered mint mark can create a coin that is both visually distinctive and extremely rare, and in the case of the valuable 1998 D penny we are discussing, collectors have identified anomalies such as dramatic double-die obverse errors where the inscriptions like Liberty or the date 1998 appear slightly duplicated due to a die shift during striking, giving the coin a ghostly or blurred effect that is immediately noticeable under magnification, and others have noted repunched mint marks where the D was struck more than once in slightly different positions, possibly due to a manual correction during die preparation before the mint switched to a more automated process in the early 2000s, and these repunched marks are a hallmark of collectible pennies from certain years, with some commanding huge premiums if the details are crisp and well-defined. But what makes the 1998 D penny especially fascinating is that there are reports of specimens exhibiting a combination of multiple errors, such as an off-center strike in which the design is shifted significantly toward one edge of the coin while still retaining enough detail to be identifiable, paired with a double date or mint mark anomaly, making such coins one of a kind. Pieces that can never be exactly replicated, and this uniqueness is what drives their desirability because collectors know they are not just buying metal but history, artistry, and rarity all rolled into one, and it is important to remember that not every 1998 D penny with an imperfection is automatically worth a fortune because condition matters immensely, with coins in mint state or uncirculated condition, graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, commanding the highest prices. Especially if they have full original luster, minimal contact marks, and sharp error details, and provenance can also boost value if a coin has a documented history, such as being part of a famous collection or coming from a notable hoard, and auction records have shown that when a truly extraordinary example of a 1998 D penny with multiple distinct and visible minting errors appears on the market, wealthy collectors are willing to pay jaw-dropping amounts, pushing bids into hundreds of thousands of dollars and beyond, and the $0.67 million valuation for the most exceptional specimen reflects this peak market potential rather than an average price, but it still stands as proof that such coins can be life-changing finds for the lucky discoverer, and it is worth noting that many rare pennies are found not by seasoned dealers but by ordinary people who simply take the time to look closely at their change, examine jars of coins tucked away for years, or inherit collections from relatives without realizing the hidden gems inside. So anyone watching this video has the potential to stumble upon something extraordinary, and part of the fun is learning how to recognize the signs, starting with the date and mint mark, checking for doubling on the inscriptions or design elements, noting any unusual alignment or off-center features, and being aware of weight differences in case of wrong planchet errors where the coin was accidentally struck on metal intended for another denomination. And while such off-metal errors for the 1998 D penny are extremely rare, they have been documented in other years, making it plausible that a misfeed at the mint could have produced a few 1998 D examples in similar fashion, which would only increase their mystique and value, and to add even more intrigue. Some researchers believe that certain error coins from the 1990s may have been the result of intentional acts by mint employees seeking to create rarities, although proving such theories is nearly impossible. They add an aura of mystery that makes collectors even more eager to own such pieces, and when we put all of this together, the combination of mechanical minting errors, possible human intervention, rarity, condition, and collector demand, it becomes clear why a small copper-colored coin with a face value of just 1 cent could command a price tag of hundreds of thousands of dollars, and why the hunt for these coins continues to captivate people across the globe. Inspiring beginners to pick up magnifying glasses and seasoned experts to keep combing through bulk lots and dealer inventories in search of that elusive gem. And if you are holding a 1998 D penny right now, this might be the perfect time to give it a careful inspection, because the next great discovery could be sitting unnoticed in your collection, waiting to tell its story and change your life.